1 minute, I think VTube Studio isn't set up right. What happened with that? Give me a minute. Okay, I don't know what went wrong with that, but VTube Studio decided to like explode in size in my OBS, so it took me a minute to figure out what was going on and how to fix it. So today we are playing more IL-2. I wanted to play more flight sims. Hi Somi, hi Loveless, hi Jekua, and I think I saw Yume as well. Thank you all for stopping by. So we're going to play more campaign. We have a mission already set up, so we can hop right in, and hopefully things will go better a bit this time. So theoretically, our aircraft should have pretty much better performance than everything we're fighting in just about every respect. So if we're not winning our fights, it is entirely pilot error. So let's try to not have so much pilot error. We'll launch right into this mission. Music is allowed. I don't have music up. Not yet. Now we'll have music up. Although I might have killed my client by doing that. Oh, no. It's good. Okay, so here's our patrol route. So we're going to take off. We're probably going to have a couple minutes of ingress time before we get to our patrol route. And it's worth noting that we're going to be primarily dealing with probably enemies from the north, although really they're going to be able to come from just about any side. I'd be mostly concerned with the north and the east because of the position of this front line. For our P-38J, our aircraft, our setup, we're going to, we have this radio homing compass, which just is a navigation aid. We're going to leave that on. We're going to take some extra 50 cal ammo because my gunnery is not particularly good and I could use it. And since we're only attacking air targets, we're just going to leave everything else off. Fuel, about 50%, that's fine. Convergence, we're going to leave. Hi, Mikades, what is it, Loveless? Oh, you're so happy you're not working. Did you have today off? Yeah. All right, so convergence. Convergence is where all the guns are zeroed to aim to. We're going to have that at 250 meters because that's usually what I use. So that just basically means that we want to engage a target when it's within, it's about 250 meters away. Although since all of our guns are in the nose, it doesn't really matter a ton. And anybody who's watching, if you have any questions about anything for flight sims, do not hesitate to ask. All right, so we're gonna get ready for takeoff. This aircraft is pretty simple. We just gotta make sure that our engine is in auto rich, RPM is set up. We're gonna hit our brakes. We're gonna throttle up. Our V rotate speed is like 120, 130. So we just use some rudder to keep us on the runway. And when we hit 130 miles per hour, I think the game got louder, so I'm gonna turn it down once we get airborne. So we hit 130, we're gonna rotate. And we're airborne, so we'll lift our gear up and get our engine set to run in continuous mode. I'm gonna pause because, oh my god, is this loud. Oh man, I've got it down quite a bit already. I don't know why it's so loud. Maybe I just need to reduce it on my headphones. Oh yeah, my headphones were up quite a bit. I must have bumped that at some point. Alright, we'll get right back into it. Let's check our flight path. We're going to be flying pretty much straight. We're going to take a turn somewhat soonish. We'll trim our aircraft out. Trimming is just kind of adjusting it so it has a different tendency to like pitch up or roll or yaw. So in this case, I am adjusting it so it tries to pitch up a little bit more. That'll help it climb up. And we're going to try to steadily climb. We want to actually be at a bit of a steeper climb than we're at right now. Our aircraft also has 3 engine modes. You'll see what engine mode I'm in when it pops up on the right side of the screen. So like right now there's nothing, that means I'm in continuous mode. If I push the throttle forward more, we get orange arrows that says we're in combat mode. And if I push it all the way to the max, sometimes we'll get some red arrows, and that is emergency mode. We can only use engine modes for certain amounts of time. So combat mode is 15 minutes, emergency is 5 minutes. Welcome back, Yumi. How are you? And we are hitting about our 150 miles per hour. You can see it on my screen, like the main display. I'm looking at it, this is the dial right in the center. Alternatively, I have a set of dials up on the stream overlay that you can look at. Let me actually get those up on my screen so I can see what order they're in if I need to explain them. There we go. So yeah, top left is the speed indicator. Actually, we don't need to be climbing because we're supposed to be at about 2,400 meters, which would be about 7,000 feet. So our altimeter is the indicator just to the right of that speed indicator. And for me, it's right here. And we're sitting at about 5,000 feet, so we can stand to climb a little bit more. So this sim varies from the sim I was playing previously, in that I do not have to hit the buttons. I don't have a mouse cursor like in the other sim where I have to click a bunch of buttons. However, there are a bunch of things I do have to do. So let's say if I pop into the aircraft and I need to start the engine, in this sim all I have to do is I hit the button to start the engine on my keyboard and it starts and it's all good. In that other sim, if I want to start the engine, I have to literally do everything I would need to do in the real aircraft to start the engine. So in this, depending on what aircraft I'm in, I'm managing usually propeller RPM, fuel mixture, throttle, then the water and oil radiators, as well as pitch, roll, yaw, the standard for flight controls, and then aircraft trim. And I don't, on landing and takeoff, I have to manage flaps sometimes as well as dropping the gear. So this tends to be a bit more oriented with flight controls, because that's how it was in World War II. You actually your like main struggle in a dogfight was to make sure your aircraft was staying airborne, because if you weren't careful, it was actually very easy to throw your aircraft into a stall. This aircraft is actually pretty difficult to throw into any kind of dangerous stall. If I turn way too hard, while other aircraft might get thrown into a spin, this one, if I just let go of the controls, it'll pretty much recover. I need to adjust our trim to fly pretty much level now. You should see on the right of the screen, there's a little thing that'll pop up and it'll say what my pitch trimmer is at when I'm adjusting it. Have I ever flown a plane in real life? Unfortunately, no. Flying in real life is extremely expensive. It takes a lot of money just to get a pilot's license, and then getting time in the aircraft also takes a lot of money. It's something that I would like to do if I had the money. However, if I can't, I'm not really going to lose too much sleep over it. You know, I actually bet I would probably be pretty terrible at it because I have trained a whole lot of bad habits in this sim. If I look at like my landings in this compared to other aircraft or other like flight sim YouTubers, they typically have much more controlled and precise landings. And it's something I really have been trying to strive towards. Hopefully I'll get better eventually about very precise flying. I don't think you're able to hear like any of the music because I can't hear it. So I'll turn that up a little bit. I'm alt-tabbing a bunch right now, so please forgive me if anything goes screwy. Okay, everything should be set now. Starting to near our patrol area. Our speed is hovering at a pretty good, just shy of 300 miles per hour. Oh, we should try to conserve a little bit of fuel by putting our engine into auto lean mode. Got a couple clouds ahead of us. I wonder if those are going to be in our flight path or not. So I'm thinking Thursday I kind of want to play some War Thunder. War Thunder is a free-to-play sim, and it has a whole bunch of varying levels of realism. So it's really what's really neat about it. Oh yeah, I like having the aviators on because it adds the tone. One day I want to have like pilot goggles for the model. It'd be really cool. But War Thunder is really cool, the sim. War Thunder, please sponsor me. I will talk all of your praises, even while playing IL-2, if you do. But it's a neat sim because you can pop in and you can fly planes, and it does simplify a lot of the physics, but it does it in a very well way. So like you don't really have to worry too much about stalling your aircraft out because instead of really like controlling everything directly like I am in this sim, you're really more of telling like a flight control system what you want to do, and it's stopping you from doing some of the more dangerous, stupid things like stalling your aircraft out or throwing it into a spin. Or if you manage it, it will recover from those for you, which makes it a very forgiving sim for people to learn the basics of like air combat. And then what else is neat is that there's a whole bunch of different game modes. Like you have arcade, which is what most people play, and then you have like realistic, and then full simulator. And while the full simulator isn't quite as good as this sim, oh, we got something ahead of us. Somebody has entered a flat spin. I don't know if you guys can actually see this guy, but I think he's a Spitfire. So we're just going to leave him alone. There's nothing we can do to help him. Is it hard to pilot in real life? Wheel looks really stiff. So this aircraft has a yoke, which is what you'll find on like a fair number of commercial airliners from what I know. I don't honestly know a ton about commercial airliners or civilian aircraft because I mostly play flight sims. But these old World War II aircraft, it does apparently take a lot of effort depending on your speed and how hard you're trying to pull the controls, which is what trimming is for. Because if you're in a dive, one area where this deviates a bit from reality is if I go into a dive and I want to pull out, I can actually just pull on my flight stick and it will just pull up out of the dive. In reality, a lot of pilots supposedly, or at least from what I've read, a lot of the pilots didn't really have the strength to try to pull out of the dive, because as you're flying and you're accelerating more, your little elevator here at the back of your aircraft that I don't think you can actually see moving, the air moving over that makes it harder to turn that and harder to manipulate. But with the trim controls, normally it's like this wheel right here in the cockpit. So you've got a lot more mechanical advantage. So you can crank that a turn, and it might only move that rear vertical stabilizer a couple degrees. And that lets you pull out of the dive, even though the controls might be stiff. On more modern aircraft, a lot of them are fly-by-wire or they are hydraulically assisted. So like in the other flight sim I was playing, Falcon BMS, there is no physical control linkage between the controls and the flight surfaces. It is all just a computer doing what you tell it to. So if you like pull back on the stick really hard, it says, hey, you're telling the flight system, hey, I want to pull up really hard, and the flight system says, all right, we're going to manipulate our controls to do that. And it will manipulate those controls, it'll do that, and then it'll say, hey, you're still pulling on this control, but you're about to stall, so I'm going to cut you off. And you're not going to be able to pull any harder than what you're getting right now. And it makes the F-16 really easy to fly because you don't have to worry about silly things like stalling your aircraft or entering. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! This is what I get for bad situation. Okay, I got air brake down. Air brake down. Oh shit! I was not looking out for things. Okay, we are. How fast are we going? We're going about 300. We're going a reasonable speed still. Where are those enemy aircraft? Okay, we're just gonna bug out on this mission. We are going to tell our allies so much as well. First engine's damaged, second engine's damaged. Okay, hopefully these will last to get me back. Flight leader orders. They need to return to base. Hopefully they will prioritize that over everything else. Let's try to assess our damage. We got some holes in our right wing, some holes in our engine, some holes in our left wing. I think we also got some holes in our cockpit. I thought I heard them, and I'm hearing a bit more wind noise. And our aircraft is really not handling great right now. Although I have had to handle worse. Let's try to. Okay. Let's retract our air brake. Oh boy. Oh, this wants to pitch down now. So our pitch is going to be kind of unpredictable. Let's get vectored back to base. Okay, we're looking pretty decent for our vector back to base. What is that aircraft? Oh, but I gotta watch myself because this thing really wants to pitch down. Or pitch up, down, and everything. We're leaking all manner of coolant and probably fuel as well. We can check our fuel gauges, which are... I don't exactly remember where the fuel gauges were in this. Let's try to find those real quick. But if I can't find them, I'm not going to care too much because we should still be within glide distance of some things. Okay, yeah, I can't find them. Oh! Alright, well, we got wrecked, absolutely, so we're just going to have to rerun this mission. Those guys really came out of nowhere. I didn't have very good situational awareness to keep track of them. Ah, thanks. It was nice knowing you too, Selkie. All right, we are gonna probably do some more time. Let's unpause lights. Everything is set up.
Cleared for takeoff. Ripper taking off. Out.
Take off again. Oh yeah, I've been past my follower goal for a little while. Now all I need to try to make affiliate, I think, is I need to get the average viewer count up to 3. I'm sitting at like 2 right now. And I have a deal with a friend that if I, when I get affiliate, I will make one of the point redeems a Moe Moe Kyun. No, my average in the last 30 days is 2 right now. Let's check my gears up. Yep, my gear. I forget that I can look in this little mirror here to see if my gear is up or down. And pitch trim up again. All right, so we're gonna do some time acceleration here because we're gonna try to skip past this leg because we already just flew it, although we lost absolutely horribly. We're not really doing all that great in this campaign because we keep losing pilots and we keep losing aircraft. When I generated this mission, we had these 3 aircraft, or these 4 aircraft we're in, and 3 spares. So if we wipe a whole other mission, we're gonna have a bad day. And we keep getting absolutely wiped every time we go out, which really should not be happening since we have superior aircraft. But if I can't get these bozos behind me some good experience, they're just gonna keep sucking. And this is actually going to take a bit more focus to fly in 4x speed than I thought initially. But how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good Monday, as good as a Monday can be. Now there's really no excuse for why something should be able to sneak up on my tail that well, because I've got this mirror right here which shows me everything that's behind me. And then this aircraft also has pretty much perfect visibility behind it. The only thing is obstructing it is that elevator back there. All right, let's auto level. I'm gonna use some third person to try to see if my bozos are still behind me. Okay, there's still information with me. That's good. Sometimes I lose them just by flying a little fast, which really shouldn't be the case, especially if I'm not using any of the higher engine modes.
Caution. Caution.
Hi, ACB student. Thanks for the follow. Let me just punch that master caution and reset that. Okay, so we're about halfway there. We're gonna keep looking around, but once we get to about that ingress mark here, then we really have to start worrying. Sometimes I get really nervous with these AI pilots behind me because they... What is this guy doing? Shit, where did he just go? Alright, we're gonna cheat a bit. So we can see that our allies completely just ditched us, and they just went out. Oh yeah, no, this is Through My Blood, which is from Cabinari of the Iron Fortress. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat a bit because I didn't have... I was trying to get through that initial leg quickly, and I completely lost track of where the heck our allies are. And I think they're flying off to fight something, but I can't see what the heck they're flying off to fight. I don't see anything at all. So I'm gonna leave this running a bit and look around. I wish we had markers for them, but we don't. Let's try to flight leader orders. Cover me. We'll see if that will override whatever the heck they're doing, and they'll come back to me. We're gonna kind of just assume that there are enemy aircraft, and we're gonna go on high alert right now. I'm gonna arm my guns. Or actually, I saw flak down here, and we are well within our territory, so there should be an enemy aircraft somewhere out here. Let's start maneuvering so we can try to see where that flak was. Keep checking our tail. I see. Oh, there's that flak. We're just going to roll right over, and we're going to pull straight towards it. And then we will try to figure out where the heck any enemy aircraft might be. They're bursting up here, so it should be somewhat close to us. There he is. Just a little bit of a gray dot. We'll pull onto him. I looked away for a second, completely lost sight of him. He's going to be really hard for you guys to see as well on stream. Ah, shoot, where did he go? Oh, there he is. silhouetting against the sky. So we'll pull towards him. Oh, that might actually be one of our P-38s. No, there's another aircraft up here. Based off of the flak, I think this is the enemy aircraft. It looks like a 109. So let's get on his tail. Guns are good. Engines into combat mode. We will get right on his tail and we'll shoot him down. We will outspeed you eventually, sir. Resistance is futile. So he's quite a ways away. We're going to wait till he fills our reticle a bit more before we try to actually shoot at him. Now, to get an actual good guns hit on an enemy, what we primarily need is to be in the same plane of motion as him. Doesn't really matter what plane, as long as we are in the same plane as him. So that means, like, if he's turning like this, we have to be in the same turning plane as him. He's turning hard. We're not going to be able to keep up with him because we got too much speed. We overshot him. Let's not let him get on our tail. We're in a bit of a flat scissors now because I screwed up and I overshot him. And we're now trying to force each other to overshoot. And I'm... fuck, he's got a buddy. Fuel tank hit. Coolant system hit. We are not having a good day because our allies are just completely fucking off from us, which really sucks. Alright, where did those contacts go? I think they're both right here. Nobody's on our tail, so we're going to fight it out. Try to knock these guys out. I don't think our damage is too bad. Hi, Grape, how are you? We are in the middle of a dogfight. It is a 2-on-1, and we are probably not going to do too well this time. This is our second attempt at the same mission, and we're just not having good luck. And all of our wingmen kind of just left us to do, I don't know what. They probably all got shot down horribly. But all I need is like one good burst into this guy, and I hopefully can get one of them down, and we will even the fight. I hear that other guy flying like right past me. No, he's gonna try to shake us a bit. Oh, we're stalling. Okay, there we go. That stall that I just had happen where the left, where it rolled to the left, basically. In another aircraft, that would have probably been a really significant stall, but in this, it's actually very mild. Getting a bit target fixated. I can't afford to look at my tail. Yeah, exactly. You just got a hit on me from behind. Ah, fucking hell! This mission is just going awful. I can't catch a break with this campaign. Alright, I'll give it one more try, and if this doesn't work, we're going to switch to a different campaign. One where I'm having a lot better of luck.
Cleared for takeoff. Ripper taking off. Out.
Yeah, this really wouldn't be too hard, but getting in 2-on-1 fights is not gonna work, ever. And I really need my wingmen to actually stay with me, but they keep flying off and just leaving me to die, which is extremely rude.
This is flight. Ripper airborne. Over. Ripper, proceed with your picture.
Landing gears up. All right, let's fast forward again. Get my map zoomed out a bit. And yep, because we're fast forwarding in time, our our game audio is going to be lost. Oh, let me get the engine into continuous mode so we don't burn it out before we get into combat. Here we go. Oop, that was the pause button, not the map button. But I don't know if you guys could really tell from that last dogfight we were in. We were actually doing pretty well against that one guy because our aircraft, of course, has superior specs to what we're fighting. So we can turn faster than the enemy and we can climb better than the enemy. However, the problem we end up with is that the pair of enemy aircraft will turn at the same rate. Uh, so if I'm turning to keep with the enemy aircraft behind me that's trying to get me off of the tail of his ally, he can turn just as well as me because I'm not maximizing my turn necessarily. And so that means he gets really nice, easy shots on me. And there's not a lot you can do about that if it's 2-on-1. At least not against the AI. Against human pilots, there's quite a bit you can do and throw people off, get them going in the wrong directions. AI pilots in this, they're like Terminators. They're single-mindedly focused on whatever their task is, and they don't really give that up very easily. We'll check that our bozos are with us. We have, yep, all three of them with us. Hey guys, you're gonna stay with me this time. Got that? Let me tell them formation. I want a formation column so that way I can see them straight behind me. Swear I have to babysit these people. And it's more than I can handle to babysit these guys, making sure that they're freaking staying in formation and looking for enemy. Ooh, 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 oh. I just unselected my engines. That's not what I wanted to do. Changing my views is done with the F1 and F2 keys, and I just hit 1 and 2, which changes my engine selection. And I don't want to change my engine selection because I need both my engines selected in this aircraft. All right, back to regular speed. We'll try this a third time. Third time's the charm, right? And we see they're staying with us. We're seeing that flak fire down below us. Okay, maybe this formation isn't the best because they are still they're still outside of my sight. Maybe this one will help. Nope, they just fucked off again. What are you guys going to engage? I'm just gonna follow them now. And here I thought I was the one in charge of the squadron. I ought to just shoot these guys down for their treason. Oh, it looks like they're probably coming in for whoever was over being shot at down there. So I just lost sight of my own allies. Oh, here they are. Got 3 in sight. They're all twin-tailed aircraft. That's fine. That means they're all those P-38s. He's seeing something and he's diving on him. Oh, he's seeing that 190 right there. Let's hit our dive brakes and we'll try to dive down on this 190. Oh god, we are probably diving a bit too steep here. That air brake out. So we're going really fast, a lot faster than we want to be on this guy's tail. Alright, let's get a sight on him through our gun sight. Oh, he's going to turn hard. Let's try to turn with him. We're not going to be able to keep with him quite because of our high speed. Alright, now let's try to keep with them. Let's take that air brake in. Going slow enough. Hi, Len, how are you? Crossing the sun. Alright, let's get on him. I don't think his ally's with him right now. But I'm not having a good chance to really check on my 6 right now. Shit, I just lost him when I was checking my 6. Oh, there he is. Let's pull towards him. Check our mirror. Actually, there's... Oh, that's P-38. There's that 109 or 190. I'm surprised he didn't take shots at us during that crossing. So we got to keep our eyes on him, otherwise we're going to really quickly lose track of him, and that's going to pretty much cost us the fight most of the time. There's an old saying, lose sight, lose the fight. Let's try to push some emergency mode for a second. And we'll try to catch up with him, close with him. Check our tail. Okay, good. And we'll try to turn with him. He's got quite a bit of energy right now. Come on, stay with him, stay with him. We should be able to turn better than him if he's in a higher energy state. But he seems to be turning quite well right now. Can drop down our maneuvering flaps and we'll get a little bit better turning from that. He's slowing down a lot. In some ways, I like this mirror. I also kind of don't like it because it keeps hiding targets behind it. There he is. I lost sight of him for a second. We're low on speed, so let's pull these flaps in. Get him against the sky, so let's check our tail a little better. Okay, good. Oh, Lockheed Lockheed Martin is a modern aircraft manufacturing company. They make like the F-35 Lightning. They Lockheed, before they merged with Lockheed, before they became Lockheed Martin, made this aircraft, the P-38 Lightning. So the F-35 is actually the Lightning II. It's named after this aircraft. Oh, come on, sucker. Not enough lead. Got some hits on him. Come on. We got a fair good number of hits on him. I didn't see if he looked controlled or not. Yeah, he's still controlled. Damn it. These guys are tough. Sometimes I hit them and they just like go down immediately in flames. Other times they're just like, nope, you hit me with 20mm cannons. I don't care. Tail's clear. Okay, we're going to get back on him. We're going to give him more cannon shells until he goes down. Thankfully, since he's trailing that line of coolant, he's a lot easier to see. Looks like he's heading north, trying to get back to his lines, but we're gonna get revenge on all the times the AI have done this to us, and we're gonna follow him until we can put him down. Because I am, yes, I am very salty right now. Got a couple more hits on him. Oh! He looks like he's going down. Yeah, we put him down. Good. Suck it. Alright, let's try to climb back up, get our bearings. We want to be heading a bit more to the west for this climb. That we're heading away from the enemy front line. Hey Tank, how are you doing? Tank is a really cool other VTuber. He was streaming Lawnmower Simulator today, and it was quite a riot. Oh, and hey, ACB student, how are you doing? Thanks for chatting, and thank you for the follow earlier. Oh, you're tired, Tank? Okay. I am doing okay right now because this is our third attempt at this mission. We aren't even anywhere near our patrol route, and we kept getting sidetracked. All of my allies just kept flying off to fight these two aircraft, and then they're like just getting shot down. I actually don't even know where the heck they are right now, and I can only presume that they both managed to get shot down by a pair of BF-109s. It's 4-on-2, and our allies are losing because they're just that good. This campaign hasn't been going terribly great because we keep losing our entire flight to stupid things like that. And we're down to like 7 planes total in our squadron. I'm not sure if I want to try to continue this patrol or if I want to just call it. Although we don't really have any... We don't have any battle damage. Oh, what was that? Oh, okay. God, that scared the crap out of me. I just saw out of the corner of my eye when I was looking back over here, I just saw an aircraft forming with me. And I didn't realize that was one of our allies forming on my tail. So we've got one guy. I thought I saw 2, but it looks like we're only coming back with 2 fighters. I think I missed some of chat, so let me try to scroll up. Okay, I think I did get everything. Alright, so we gotta come right. So I think we are gonna try to fly our patrol route. Oh, we've got 2 bozos left. Oh, all 3 of them. Hey, everybody's still alive. That's great news. And both the enemy aircraft, as far as I could tell, looks like both of them got shot down. So that means we have at least one other pilot who is getting a kill claim, which will improve his skill level in the campaign, which will mean that if we can keep him alive, we will have another competent pilot in this squadron. There is absolutely zero reason why we should not be dominating in this aircraft, aside from ID-10T errors and pilot skill. Alright, let me try to remember where the heck that fuel gauge was, because I do want to be able to keep an eye on that. Oh, right here. US gallon. Oh, front 10. So that's front, and this is rear, so we're still at max for that one. That's fine. Alright, so for anybody who's joining now or missed my blurb about the P38 at the start, so the P38 is a twin engine, so you see one engine there, 2 engine. It's a twin engine single seat fighter designed to primarily work at high altitudes by Lockheed in World War II. In this context of what we're fighting and the theater we're in, the P38 has better... Oh, our bozos are flying off to something else again. Guess we gotta follow them. But the P38 should have superior performance in climb and turn compared to anything we're going to meet, which means if we decide we want to enter any type of battle pretty much with an enemy aircraft, we're gonna win it as long as we don't make too many mistakes. Oh, I think I see what they're seeing, and this is an example right here of making a mistake. There's an enemy squadron, at least what looks like an enemy squadron, up higher than us. They're just a couple pixels in size. Maybe you can see some like explosions and flak bursts in those tracers. But these guys are trying to climb up to it, which is generally a very bad idea. You want to start with the energy advantage, so it'd be better to fly off about 90 degrees to our right and then climb up. But I don't think my allies are going to give me that option. So I'm going to tell them to try to cover me and see if that will get them out of their target fixation here. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to burn a bunch of combat mode and try to climb up as much as possible. We got these aircraft over here. There's 3 that I'm seeing right now. I can't tell what they are. That is a 109, or sorry, 190. We're gonna try to merge with him because I don't see any of his allies coming with him. Absolutely 190. Just I always check a little bit better just to make sure. Let's try to stay out of emergency mode because we don't really want to waste that. Should be able to get right on his tail, a little far away. He's got some allies coming in, so I'm gonna have to check my tail real quick. I look good. Guns armed. I forgot to arm them earlier when we saw this guy. I think my dive brakes out in case he's gonna go into a dive. Got some hits on him. Let's fire. Let's try to get another burst. We got another hit on him. It looks like he's on fire, maybe. No, he's just was leaking a bit. Oh, he's bailing out. Perfect. Good kill. Emergency mode is an engine mode, so the engine has 3 modes that it can operate in. I gotta try to orient myself and figure out where my allies went. But it has cruise mode, which is I can use forever as long as I've got fuel. It has combat mode, which is 15 minutes of power, and it produces more engine power from that. And then emergency mode is 5 minutes of power and is even more engine power. So we see a P-38 getting shot at by somebody up there. That's all of our allies, and then there's the straggler back here, so I'm going to try to get up to him. I need to keep an eye on my speed, but I can't really see it behind my yoke. Okay, here is what looks like a 109. Maybe a 190. Looks like another 190, so we're gonna get on his tail and we're gonna try to take him out. He took out one of our P-38s already. And he's got another buddy coming opposite direction from him, so we'll have to check our tail periodically to make sure he's not getting on our tail. So we just got to pull with him because he's doing a stupid turn fight. Throw some shells in his direction, see if he get any hits. We didn't. My brain is going to be going a lot faster than talking, so my talking is basically going to be like a half second to a second behind anything. Alright, he's basically doing the exact same thing the other guy did, and I just saw something behind us. So we're going to watch out for that. Starting to black out. Our pilot, the pilots of P-38, we gotta really be careful to not black out. The pilots of P-38s, I believe, were given G-suits, so our G-tolerance should actually be pretty high, but I think the 190s were actually also given G-suits. We missed, not enough lead. I think we got a hit on his wing, but that's not enough to put it down. We can't pull this. We gotta let off before we black out. And we just lost sight of him, which is... Okay, there he is. I think he is ignoring us right now. I don't know how the heck they can manage such steep climbs, because they sure as heck don't have the specs for it. Alright, if he's gonna just kind of bug out, we're gonna also kind of just bug out. How many G's can you take? That actually heavily depends on a couple factors. So it primarily depends on... That's a P-38 up there. It primarily depends on how quickly you ramp up the G's as one of them. So if you pull gently and you slowly ramp up the G's, you'll be able to take more G's than you would if you pulled really hard really quick, which what I was doing there, I was pulling really hard really quick. I don't actually know exactly how many G's I can pull, because I tend to not focus on that. There is a G indicator in the lower left of my main screen. So you'll see a 3-digit number, and then to the right of that, you'll see like a +1 thing. That is the G indicator. Alright, we're merging with this guy. Let's try to not overshoot him. Try to keep our tail clear. Try to keep him in our sights. Going slow enough that we can release our flaps to combat. If he wants to play... Oh, no, he does not want to play the turning game. Not quite yet. Yeah, we're not going to hit him with that burst. So right now we're pulling like 3 Gs. And now 4. And we gotta just get on this guy. Come on. Oh, shoot, he started turning and I was looking away. Pulling too hard, pulling too hard. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Stay with this guy. He is persistent. Our flaps are functioning a little differently than what they were before, because normally I would hit the flaps button and they would deploy immediately to their combat position. Now, for whatever reason, they are deploying as a percentage, and that is, having something suddenly change in combat is very not good. So I do not have the time to figure that out. Come on, come on, come on. We got some hits on him. Okay, let's try to go for some good kill hits. God, they always slow down so well. I don't know how a fighter which can retain energy so well can also slow down so damn well. And they always give up their altitude advantage so quickly. I wish the AI was a bit better about that. Oh, he's turning again. Ah, shoot, we're gonna overshoot him. I kind of wish I had that Gyro Gun Sight right now. That would make hits a lot easier. God damn, he doesn't want to go down. Alright, now he's on fire. Finally, God. This 190 sure take a beating. Alright, I don't know how much time we've been spending in combat mode. Let's take us out of combat mode. Let's check our positioning. And we barely got through this patrol at all. I have no idea how much guns ammo I have left. So we tangled with what, 2 aircraft and fought them and shot them down? Or was that 3? And I've got no clue where my wingmen are, so let's see if we can't get them to form back on me. I think we're just gonna try to head back to base after this, because this was a pretty successful mission already. Alright, we've burned through like half of our fuel since we last checked. Oh, that's one of our guys. Well, shit. Oh! There's a 190 forming on me. Or getting on my tail. Oh, come on! Ah! These laser shots that these guys make. God damn. Okay. So we're gonna just call it quits on this campaign because this has just been absurd. These enemy aircraft have been way more than what's reasonable to actually fight by humans. Yeah, because you can do your best, and then you can pull that. I was pulling like a more than a 90-degree angle off, and the only way that anybody can make those shots is with like superhuman accuracy, and that's just not even reasonable. And this is like the fifth mission in a row where the AI have done that. So we're gonna switch to a different campaign where I haven't been having that issue, and we'll hope that we'll have some better results. Let me pull up my mission generator. So we're going to leave this campaign. We're going to go back to our P51 Mustang campaign. Request a mission. So we have a bomber escort mission. Yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's get our mission details entered. So we're mostly clear. Clouds are at 50, basically just 5,000 meters. Wind direction is 255, and it's 3 meters per second. Those will be important if I need to land, although generally it's not enough to really matter. Next map. What in the hell is... What is this flight path? So we've got climb, climb, then we're gonna come back here, ingress, then fly out. We're gonna rendezvous. Okay, none of this makes sense, so I'm gonna scrub this right now because that mission makes absolutely no sense. Because we're rendezvousing with our bombers behind enemy lines, which shouldn't be how it is. Okay, we got an interception mission. We'll edit our mission details again. From 354 is our wind, and our cloud layer is at 46. Next map. So it's a intercept, kind of a patrol, so we're going to be behind our lines. Next to our waypoints, here we go. So we're up at 4,500 feet. Let me switch out my cards for P51 card. All right, there we go. Next, pilots. Let's ditch one of our second lieutenants for one of our newer guys, and then I need to switch myself into the P51d. Accept the mission. It's going to generate for a minute. It's generating. All right, it's done. So let's go to this. And we've got this intercept mission. Here we go. Oh, I gotta switch over. Here we go. I swear to God, if this mission also has similar bull crap, I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, let's go P51d Setup. I'm gonna actually, I'm actually gonna drop 2 of our 50 cals, I think, and that gives us a bit more ammo for the rest of them because I kept running out of ammo last time we were playing this. I'm gonna keep the Gyro Gun Sight because I think I'm doing fine without that little extra indicator I normally like. Let's actually see. We can take additional 50 cal ammo as well. So we'll actually be a little faster from this configuration and have more ammo overall. And we're going to take about 60% fuel because we keep burning through fuel in this aircraft last time we played it. And here we go. All right, so we'll put our lights on,
Cleared for takeoff.
prop RPM,
Takeoff.
engine mixture to, oh yeah, we only have run, so that's fine. We'll hit our brakes, power up. We are a tail dragger aircraft and a single engine aircraft, so we have engine torque to deal with. We're at our takeoff speed, pull up, and the gear up. Let's get our pitch trimmed.
This is flight. Airborne.
Gonna be at prop RPM of 80%.
2. Airborne. 3. Airborne.
And we'll climb.
4. Airborne.
And we do have also very good visibility, especially back into the to the side, like back left and down, back right and down. Yes, that is another waifu photo you see on my dash. That is Kiri from Magnificent Kotobuki. Magnificent Kotobuki is an anime about girls that fly World War II aircraft, so it is a very appropriate photo to have on my dash. Man, I've already been spoiled by that P38 because the P38 has counter-rotating engines, so it doesn't have any engine torque. The engine torques cancel each other out. But on this, if you notice, like I'm going to release my controls now, and it starts rolling to the left. That's because it has engine torque it's dealing with. So the engine's spinning clockwise. It's going to spin my aircraft counterclockwise because Newton's laws. It's pushing us off of our intended course. We gotta zigzag it. Oh, don't dive, aircraft, come on. It always takes a minute when you're getting from one aircraft you're used to another. Now another feature that we have right now is we've got this Gyro Gun Sight, which if we are in the same plane as an aircraft while turning with it, and we're at the right distance, all we have to do is put that little dot with 6 other dots around it. We put that directly on the enemy aircraft, and then when we pull our trigger, we should hit perfectly. And it makes a great, it is a great thing to have, a great feature. Now, P51 is a very iconic World War II aircraft for the U.S. Like, it is the premier, most iconic U.S. aircraft of World War II. It's the one that gets all the fame. It's actually what it's what the Ford Mustang is actually named after. People think the Ford Mustang is named after the horse. It's actually named after this aircraft specifically. And if you ever are inside of a Ford Mustang, you'll notice that the tachometer says ground speed. That's a callback to this because the speedometer on this is airspeed, although it doesn't actually say. But it's right there. Alright, so we're about to hit our ingress mark, but our altitude should be up at 13,000 feet for this. We are sitting at less than 10,000 feet, right? 4,500 meters, so we actually need to be at about 15,000 feet, roughly. So we're going to pull up and climb a little bit more to get up there. This cockpit is also a much better view than the P38. While we can't see directly behind us quite as well just due to our headrest and our tail, our side view and like up is just unparalleled. Oh, and we've got friendly and enemy markers in this right now because it do be like that sometimes in these missions for whatever reason. Some missions they have it, some missions they don't. Don't really know why, and I need to ask around about that at some point. Oh, and our armament, I don't think I mentioned it on the P38. The P38's armament is 4 50 cal machine guns and 1 20mm cannon. In this, normally it is 6 50 cal machine guns. You get 3 in each wing. But since I removed 1, we have only 4. Or I removed 1 from each wing. We only have 4 now. But in exchange, we got a bunch more ammo. We've got contacts off of our right. We can see them as slight dots. I did see them on my map first, but since we have them on visual, we're going to turn towards them and get ready to engage. By turn towards them and get ready to engage, I think I'm actually just going to fly about 45 degrees off of them. I'm going to try to climb up. Yeah, well, I knew roughly where they were because of the map, but then on my screen they're appearing as about a pixel, which in Twitch means that they're appearing as like 0 pixels just because of compression and also downscaling because I'm on a 4K monitor. Oh boy, this is going to be a right furball. So just on my map, I really should try to figure out how to get these to stay on all the time so that I can illustrate what I'm talking about. But we've got 3, 6, 7 enemy aircraft, 3 allied, and then we're going to bring 4 to the mix. So it's going to be a 7 versus 7 unless these guys completely break off, in which case actually it looks like they are. But this will be a big furball. And it sounds like these are British pilots, so I'm going to have to keep an eye out for Spitfires, which can kind of look like 109s under the right conditions. And I can barely see them up there. I should also turn on the alternate spotting system at some point. I haven't tried that out in a while, but it's supposed to scale up distant objects to make them more visible. So I don't think these guys are engaged quite yet. That looks like a Spitfire that's diving. I don't know why he's diving so much. He's probably going to just like plant himself into the ground dumbly, as the AI tends to do sometimes. Let's bring our engine up to combat speed. Arm our guns, because we're to get in. We got some paratroopers jumping out of something. Or pilots jumping out of something, rather. Let's try to find a target. That is a Spitfire. Spitfires are a British aircraft. They're the iconic Battle of Britain aircraft. This guy's coming towards me, so I'm going to brake towards him and see what he is. And since the Spitfire is a British aircraft, it is an Allied aircraft, so we don't need to worry about them. Those look like two Spitfires. I kind of lost sight of these guys. They're quite a bit ways in front of and above me. They're heading straight north. Let's get our engine into the maximum of combat mode we can, try to run these guys down, but we're not the P-38, so we may not actually be able to run them down if they want to run, which is just one of the factors of life we have to deal with, being in a different aircraft. While the P-51 has pretty good specs overall, it is generally just about on par or slightly inferior than a lot of the German aircraft. I might have just gotten dragged into a real bad situation here. We'll see how it plays out. I don't think the other guys are aggroing on me right now. Oh, I forgot. This aircraft is pretty touchy on its rudder. I don't think we hit him. We're going to get an alarm from putting our throttle at idle. That's just warning us that our landing gear isn't down, which we don't care about because we're in a dogfight. Oh, there is no way we didn't hit him with that. He is only like trailing some coolant. Let's check our tail. We look clear. Let's find him again. Here he is. Let's try to catch up with him. He's diving down again. Got a couple more hits on him. I doubt we hit anything important with that. Roll, stay with him. Come on. The sight on the target. Missing. Got a couple more good hits on him and some stuff fell off. Oh, we got a kill mark for him. Okay. Got a kill notification for him. Let's climb back up, get oriented, try to find our allies. So actually we can do that with our map now because our markers are going to be on. Oh, we've got a furball over there by that cloud. Barely can see him. Let's try to save our combat mode. We'll drop our prop RPM to get out of combat mode. We will then try to throttle up and climb. I think this is actually my wingman here. I had just spent this entire time sitting on my tail, not actually engaging things. It seems like sometimes they just fly off, do whatever, and get themselves killed. Other times they just glue themselves to my tail and don't do like anything at all. And I kind of wish that they would actually strike a balance between those two, because both of those situations are not good for me. Oh shoot, these guys are really high up, so I'm going to try to turn a bit away from them and try to get some distance and climb up to match them before actually flying straight at them. So you could probably see this one guy up here. He's got another buddy behind him. Hi, King James. I mostly fight bots because honestly I don't really want to play against a whole bunch of really good, sweaty flight sim players yet. Whenever I have played online, it's almost always like, hey, hey, what's that guy over there? And then I get shot down immediately. And that's not really conducive to a good experience or a good stream. So mostly I've been playing with higher realism settings against bots. Hopefully I think I'll eventually try more multiplayer. But every time I have been in the mood to play multiplayer, the Finnish virtual pilot server, which is my favorite with my limited multiplayer experience, has been full. Well, we're at an altitude where our engine is a little lacking in power because our turbocharger, or our supercharger rather, hasn't switched stages yet. Let's try to issue our pilots an order. Flight leader orders. Flight leader orders. Come on. Oh, what the hell? Okay, what in the heck is going on here? I can't issue orders. Okay, I guess we're just gonna see what happens since we can't issue orders to our flight group. Alright, engine into combat mode. I gotta keep an eye on that guy to our right. This guy looks like the straggler, so I'm gonna go after him. Check our tail. Okay. Going in on him. That's a P-38, I think.
3, engaging fighter to the southeast. Range half-mile. Out.
Alright, our
Engaging fighter.
squadron is broken off and they're starting to engage, which is good. Yeah, so what's actually really cool about this is if you... well, there used to be some lower difficulty, lower like realism setting servers, and those were pretty good because what you can do is the guy doesn't look like he's on me. I'm gonna be like trying to explain stuff, and I'm gonna just stop dead in my tracks as I try to think over these BFM problems that I gotta solve. But oh, we're stalling. Okay, but what you can do is most of the easier difficulty servers, they'll have like easier engine controls, or you can play with like all the realistic physics, but you can just leave the engine automation on. Or if you want to play multiplayer, like say you want to play co-op with someone, you can set it so that all of the engine automation is on, but then the other player can just turn that off. So you can have a mix of pilot skills playing, and it works pretty well. Okay, so this Spitfire looks like he just shot down that 109 or 190, whatever it was. But basically, for any skill level you have, you should be able to do decently in this. Like if you were to say come from War Thunder's higher simulation settings, you should be pretty good on the lower sim settings on this. But most of the multiplayer is absolutely max hardcore. You have to know everything. You have to be able to do everything with your aircraft. And it can be quite a lot. Well, I am playing pretty... What is that aircraft? I can't quite identify it. Oh, that's a Mustang. That's my squadron. Oh, what's that aircraft? That is a 190. Oh, we're stalling. But yeah, most of the public servers that are popular are all full realism settings because this game community's been around for quite a while. Oh shit, there's a guy on my tail. But if you don't want to play online, while the AI is not particularly good. They're decent enough. They were actually quite a bit better a while back, but I don't know what happened, and they've just been pretty brain dead recently. But the game devs have a somewhat newer, I think they got them like 1 or 2 years ago, a new AI programmer who's been really doing wonders on the AI. There's that 190, although I gotta watch out because there might be another one. So you can play the built-in pilot career campaign, and that's pretty good. Or you can play like what I'm using, which is Pat Wilson's campaign generator, and it makes a very good campaign. Let's push the throttle to the max, try to catch this guy. Tail looks clear. There was a black dot up high, but I can worry about him in a minute. I think we're well out of range to actually open up on this guy. Oh, we're getting closer now. I thought I just saw a tracer streak past me. I'm hearing something fly really close. But like another setting that's really useful is rudder assist, which will keep your aircraft coordinated while flying. And I don't use that, but keeping your aircraft coordinated is a really important factor, because if you don't, you'll start entering those stalls like you've probably seen me almost enter a couple times. Tail's good, so we're good to keep focusing on this guy. I lagged on throttling up, though. Just keep staying with him, and we'll keep giving him more machine gun fire. I think there's actually a difficulty mode which gives you lead indicators for enemies. Right now I've got a sight that does that, because it's a historically accurate sight that this aircraft had. Got him pretty good, but he's not going down. Alright, now he's down, finally. Those Focke-Wulfs, like I think I've said before, they either take like one burst and go down, or they take so many and they just don't go down. What's that up there? Okay, our engine has been in combat mode for quite a while, so we really need to rest it. Well, but we got another Focke-Wulf out here.
Caution.
Hey, thanks for the follow, King James. Focke-Wulf's up high above me, so I'm not going to be able to catch him really, unless he wants to come down here and play. Looks like he got tagged by something, so he's leaking coolant. German plane engine management is a lot easier. So what you'll see me do on this aircraft management, or on this aircraft's engine management, is I manage two things: throttle and propeller RPM. The 109s are very beautiful because all you manage is your throttle, and it handles everything else. On those aircraft, you can actually opt to manage other things if you want to, like radiators, but most pilots don't bother with that. And that's just because those aircraft have engine computers set up for that. This 109 is escaping me, or 190. Let's try to turn with him, go after him. So a lot of new pilots are suggested to fly the 109s, and I think I would agree if you're a new player who has the basics of flight down already. But if you don't have the basics of flight, I think I would suggest starting with something like the Yak 1, but turning the engine automation settings on in difficulties. Because the 109, while it is very easy with engine management, it's a great aircraft to learn air combat in, but it also has very nasty stalls, so you need to know how to turn coordinated, and you need to know stall recovery before you really can fly it, because it's a very light aircraft with a very honking engine, and so that tends to make it stall, especially in left turns, very easily. And it also has a tendency to be pretty difficult to take off and land, although I didn't really see that when I was flying it. Right now we're fighting a Focke-Wulf 190, which is giving us some trouble. Oh, the other advantage of flying the BF-109s is the 109 F4 is pretty much going to outspec anything you ever fight, which is really a big advantage if you're not very good at flight sims, because it gives you a lot more tactical flexibility. If you want to run away, you have that option, because nothing will catch you aside from basically a player in a MiG-3, I think. Oh shoot, I just lost sight of him. Your visibility is also not great in the 109s. Oh crap, where did that guy go? There he is. Let's trigger tail just in case we're looking at the wrong guy. Now that's still my squadron flying up there to the left, and I don't know what they're doing, because they're just kind of circling and doing nothing while I'm tangling with this guy. That's where I've said the AI can sometimes be smart, but also sometimes very, very dumb. Just stay with him, and I gotta just pull a little harder. Oh, for God's sake. Just can't hit this guy. My gunnery is really not great. Unfortunately, somebody, a pilot in this, can take a 50 cal to the torso and survive somehow. All right, his engine's out. He's done for. Finally. Squadron's still on us. We still have some more enemies, and we might still have some more ammo left, so we'll just keep at it. It looks like 3 enemy aircraft out here. Just gonna fly straight towards them until we can actually see them, and once we can see them, then we'll figure out if we want to like turn around and climb a bit more first. still got to maintain our situational awareness because I don't have any aircraft markers on. Now for servers, there used to be 2 servers that I really liked playing on. That was the Finnish pilots, easier difficulty, and their Finnish pilots is, I think I said before, one of the most popular servers online right now. And if I were to, once this mission's over, I would bet that if I check on that server, it's going to be 84 out of 84 pilots, because it's pretty much the most popular. It's got a dynamic campaign. It's pretty neat. You've got ground objectives to fight for. But the other server that I used to like was Coconut server, which also had a high realism and a easier difficulty setting. But Coconut server I have not seen up in quite a while. Coconut had a different type of dynamic campaign, and it was quite fun to play. Especially because you had amounts of munitions at airfields, so you didn't count small things like ammunition for guns, but bombs were limited, and so if you wanted to sortie from a forward airfield, you had to have enough bombs at that airfield to outfit your aircraft with. And if you didn't have enough, you had to have somebody fly those bombs to that airfield for you, or they would regenerate slowly over time with convoys and such. It was a very unique campaign feature.
Requesting landing approach. Over. Cleveland. Proceed. Cleveland 2. Roger. Takeoff and landing.
Now let's try to climb and make sure we get clear of this cloud.
Requesting landing clearance. Over.
And that will also give us a bit more energy advantage for when we make contact with these enemy fighters. And I'm gonna use as much engine power as I can right now. Are my bozos behind me? Can't see them. They are, in fact, behind me. Let's use the cheat map for that.
This is Cleveland, leader.
Well, let's take our engine out of emergency mode. I didn't realize it was there.
Cleveland, leader. Roger.
Alright, we see that aircraft formation out there. At least I see it. You guys probably don't, but such is the life in this game. And it looks like there's 2 that broke off. They're coming towards me. Let's see if I can't. I cannot issue flight leader orders because of whatever bug is going on. So we'll try to just come in and engage these guys. They look like they're probably 109s or 190s, as is typical for what we're encountering. This guy's gonna come in like straight at us. So oh! So this is exactly what I was talking about with the AI has recently just been god tier for no reason. And there's nothing you can do about this. Like hardly any human is going to make that kind of shot that this guy just made and insta-gib our pilot. All right, let's just look at multiplayer for a minute. Actually, it's a Monday night, so it might not be that full. It's actually not up right now. But considering the horrible luck I've had today, I'm just gonna call it on a loss instead of trying to go for a win because every mission has been this way. It's been we come towards an enemy, they make an impossible shot, and we just die. So I'm gonna cut my losses today. I still had quite a bit of fun, even though we didn't get all the glorious wins we wanted. But thanks everybody for watching. Let me get this music paused. I'm gonna try to find somebody to raid if anybody I know is on. And of course, nobody I know is on right now. So I'm just gonna end stream. Thanks everybody again for watching. My schedule for this week, next stream is gonna be Thursday. Oh yeah, Thursday I wanted to play probably some War Thunder, so it might be mixed air and ground. And maybe some boats, because I heard they have boats now since I last played. So I'll see you guys Thursday if you can make it. And thanks again for watching.